This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome. Happy Wednesday, the Jason Walker Show. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. You can watch the show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com. And as always, go to JasonWalkerShow.com. The opening segment's brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier home company in the industry. 3 distinct divisions, so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. Milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. Family-owned and operated, veteran-owned, woman-owned. Catch them at yourcustomlog.com. Coming up today, Katie Garcin-Forba will join us to chat about last night's big win for the Capital girls and look ahead to Crosstown on Saturday afternoon. And we're going to talk, that's what she said. Alex Eschelman is back, the great ABC Fox Montana sports reporter, as after a couple of weeks off. So she'll be back talking Bobcat hoops. We're going to talk a lot about the Bobcat men. And much more on this day in history, and so much more coming up. So let's get to it, shall we? You can tweet us at JWalkerSports. You can Facebook us, Jason Walker Show. You can also get a hold of us to 406-209-1267. So district basketball tournament's firing up this week. It is always a fun time, and it is absolutely a nuts time, to be honest with you. And I look forward to this each and every year. I mean, it's some of the best times, right? There's no question about it. All right, so we have that's state tournament stuff. We don't want that yet. That's not for that's not for about a month. Let's see who is getting. There is a bunch getting underway this week, though, and you can go to 406mtsports.com. Lindsay Rossmiller has them all the brackets up there. She does a great job keeping up to date with the brackets. So we've got the 3B boys and girls at Colstrip starting today. The 4B is at Columbus. The 6B started 2 days ago at Florence. Sydney has the 2C. Wolf Point has the boys and girls 3C. 4C is at Miles City. 6C is at Red Lodge. 8C is at Great Falls High. The 9C at Havre, it's a fun tournament too. The 10C at Conrad, the 12C down at the MAC in Butte, and then we have divisionals this weekend as well. The Southwest A boys and girls start tomorrow down at Dillon. The 1B boys start, those are districts too. 1B boys start tomorrow at Shelby. As long with the girls. Glasgow, the 2B. The 5B is at Belgrade. And the 7B is the boys are at Big Fork this week. So, man, oh man, it is basketball season, right? Wrestling's done. Swimming's done. Congrats to all the winners. We recap those Monday, but now it is time to focus on basketball. And nothing against those other sports, but this is a hyper activity time. No question about it. Let's see here. What else did we want to hit on in this first part? Oh, the state wrestling crowd size. How about that? 15,000 plus for 3 days. That's pretty awesome. There's no question about that. And of course, the girls starting on Thursday definitely helped. When you have 240 plus girls starting on Thursday, and then the boys started Friday. Everything wrapped up Saturday. So Thursday, just over 2,000. But then Friday and Saturday, each over 6,300. In fact, 6,700 on Championship Saturday. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. Congratulations to you wrestlers and your families, really, because that's what it's about. You guys are the ones that got it done. Let's see. The Americans are out of the Olympics in hockey. So that's about it. Some good basketball last night. We'll talk to Katie Garcin-Forba about her team's win. But the Capital boys stumbling for a second consecutive game. Braden Cook back from mono, but they lost at Hellgate. The Bruins did 50-39. Easton Sant with 15 to lead Hellgate. Skyview gets past Senior by 4. Big Sky beat Helena 44-31. And Class B districts, well, those were Monday, so there you go. Class AA girls, Capital with a big win last night in double overtime. We talked about it. We'll hear from Katie Garcin-Forba. Senior gets by Belgrade by 5. Allie Cummings led the way with 15. Great Falls High over Gallatin by 15. Led 21-2 and finished the game on a 21-2 fourth quarter run. So Great Falls was down 32-28 at the half, or at the end of the third quarter. So that's not right. That would be a 6. That would be a 17-6 run in the fourth quarter. I know, math is hard for some people. Helena High girls, big win over Big Sky. Avery Kraft, Ashley Koenig, Alex Bullock, all with 13. Kim Feller had 12. Billings Central's Maya Hansen with 24. And the second-ranked Rams got past Laurel by 10. Natalie Springer, 19 points to lead Deer Lodge last night. Culbertson beat Circle in the District 2C. Logan Nicholson at Deer Lodge with 30. Jada Clarkson and Capital 24 in the double overtime win. Ripley Ford with 23 from Deer Lodge. And Westby Grenora's Eric Field popped in 20. So there you go. Take a look at your rankings now from 406mtsports.com. Class AA boys, Bozeman on top, 13-1. Capital now 13-2. Hellgate with the win ties Capital for first in the Western AA. Now 12-4. Great Fall, CMR's 8-5, and then Skyview's 8-6. Their numbers 4 and 5 respectively. Class A boys, Lewistown, Dillon, Butte Central, Laurel, and Polson. Southwest A gets underway tomorrow. Down in Dillon. Class B, you've got Lame Deer, then Lodge Grass, St. Ignatius, Florence Carlton, Fairfield, followed by Three Forks, Columbus, Townsend, Shelby, and Harlem. Class C entering districts, Manhattan Christian, Floyd Lake, Luster Christian, Hart Butte. Those teams combined 70-0. And then number 5 is Belt with 2 losses. And then Melstone, Broadview, Lavina, Broadus, Roy Winifred, and Drummond from 5 through 10 combined 12 losses. That's it. Some good basketball. Class AA girls, West High still unbeaten, 14-0. Number 1, Hellgate. This was going into yesterday. Lost. They're now 14-1. The Knights are sitting in second, followed by Skyview, Flathead, and Capital. Capital's going to move up, or should. We'll see what happens next week. Class A, you've got Havard, Dillon, Billings Central, Hardin, and Browning girls. Class B, Colstrip, followed by Jefferson, Big Fork, Big Timber, Malta, Loyola, Red Lodge, Florence Carlton, Anaconda, and Thompson Falls. And then in Class C, it's Roy Winifred, Saco, Whitewater, Hinsdale, Manhattan Christian, Box Elder, Plentywood. 6 through 10 is Belt, Shields Valley, Sealy Swan at 18-0, sitting at 8th. And then Melstone and Charlo. Where's she from? What game did I call? It's a girl from Sealy playing. Is she from Providence? Playing at Providence, I think. So there you go. Let's see here. Speaking of basketball, okay, I don't know if you all know this. Most of you probably do, but I'm a huge, huge Tennessee fan. I loved Pat Summitt, greatest coach of all time. And would have loved to have a daughter play for Coach Summitt. After she retired, Holly Warwick took over and got an autographed basketball. In fact, it's behind the Fort Jackson book, but Holly signed that. We've got the Tennessee jersey, Kara Lawson sitting over here, but Kelly Harper's the new coach, and she played under Pat Summitt. She was a guard, tremendous guard. But last night, I think it was last night, the SEC on ESPN got to go inside the locker room at halftime, and just listen to this. This is Kelly Harper's halftime speech to her team. It's fantastic. Check it out.
They hit 14, except for your girl. I don't care if your girl takes another one. I don't care. You've got to help us in the paint. Do you understand that? Everybody else, how in the world do you lose 23? How do you lose her? I don't understand. I look up and she's wide open for a three. Y'all are not locked in on defense. You're not. On the other end, we've got to put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. You got to be strong. You got to play through. No more jumpers. No more threes. Get to the basket. Get to the paint. And you've got to finish. When I'm telling them to throw you the ball, you got to finish. You don't understand that? You get the ball inside and you got to score. We're missing all kinds of chippies. Grow up. Be women. Because right now, you may tell you what's embarrassing? We are not the tougher team right now. That's embarrassing. I will not put a team on the court that walks off and they're not the tougher team. That is not an option. That is not who we are. That is not what has got us to this point right now. And the tougher team is not getting whiny and pushy. No! It's being mentally stronger than everybody else out there. And you do not take a play off. That's all I got for y'all. Come on. Let's go, They're checking your womanhood right here. Don't you dare back down. Fight! 1, 2, 3, fight!
That is Kelly Harper. She is the coach at Tennessee. And I feel like Coach Binford down at Bozeman, Coach Sayers up at Carroll, maybe even Katie Garcin-Forba has had that type of halftime speech. But do you recognize the Pat Summitt in there? Wow, it's fantastic. It is fantastic. Kelly Harper getting it done with the University of Tennessee. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and when we return, there she is. She's got her beanie on. That's not even a beanie. It's more of a stocking cap. Alex Eschelman, her glorious return. That's what she said. Coming up next, Jason Walker Show. Presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. This opening segment brought to you by our great friends at Montana Custom Log Home. Go to yourcustomlog.com.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. This segment is brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. It is, we got Katie Garcin-Forba coming up. We'll talk Capital's big win over Hellgate last night. Look ahead to Crosstown coming up Saturday. Also on this day in history, much more. If you miss anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. All right, it is time. We have missed her so much. It's like she forgot who we were. And then we were supposed to work together last week, and she said, I'm not doing it. I'm kidding. It's Alex Eschelman, ABC Fox Montana SWX sports reporter, joining us on the That's What She Said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. How are you, my friend? I missed you.
I'm doing well. I know I've just been so busy the past few Wednesdays, but we're back in action, ready to go. I'm excited to be back, but I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I did miss calling the game last week with you at Bozeman Gallatin, but Jeff Riggs, pretty cool, pretty good dude. Knows his hoops. Awesome. He knows his hoops, so we got the job done. Yes. We got to see some good high school basketball, and Gallatin's getting there, especially on the boys' side, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Coach Claxton is just awesome. And really all the coaches, both at Bozeman and Gallatin, have done such a good job with both the basketball programs. I mean, but Coach Hostetler, I have to say, he's crushing it with the boys, the Bozeman boys.
Yep.
They are kind of the stars of the show right now. So I wish them the best of luck, but I've learned from all four of those coaches, so talented, great people, great families. And it's a really fun rivalry, Jason. I mean, you got to experience it, and it's new,
yep.
But it has quickly become one of those rivalries that gets really rowdy and aggressive and fun, especially the student section.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The only real fireworks last week, though, Jake Vegan got tossed, so I think he had to miss the next game. He got tossed right at the end of the game. It was kind of, a layup. Bozeman was up. He got upset with a layup that went down at the end, but some good basketball being played.
That's all right.
It is. It happens. It's a rivalry. That's what we just said. All right. Yeah. So, Miss Alex Eschelman, our ABC Fox Montana SWX sports reporter. Where do we start with the Bobcats? Do we start with the tennis team that got a big win in the Brawl of the Wild? Do we start with track, which continues to kill? The women's basketball team picking up a big rebound win? Or should we start with the team that has won like 97 straight games, it feels like? How about those men in Bobcat blue and gold?
I think we got to start with that team. I mean, it is pretty incredible what they're doing. And I'm so happy for Coach Sprinkle and the rest of the program. It's so well-deserved. And it's just incredible. I mean, it's what he's doing in the short amount of time that he's been the head coach of the program, the way that he's not only been able to turn it into a more successful direction, but he's making history books right now with his team. And gosh, the guys on that team too, they're so awesome, Jason. Great. Another, just a great group of young men that I feel really fortunate to be able to cover. There's a great group of guys that represented the football team, and going right into basketball, the men's team is just not only crushing it on the court, but off the court. They're great to talk to. They all have great, inspiring stories, and just so happy for them.
Great crowds last week too. Coach Sprinkle was on the came on the show. They MSU reached out and asked, "Hey, can we get fans in the stands?" And I'm like, "Yeah, come on." And they responded. The fans definitely came out. I know there could be more at the field house, but I know Coach Brink had to have been happy with that.
Well, and that's another thing too, Jason. Coach Sprinkle has just done such a good job. I mean, it has not been, I think, the easiest thing to pack the stands and make Worthington Arena. They like to say, you know, what it used to be back in the day. I mean, back in Danny's time of playing for the team, it was sold out crowds, 6,000 plus people. And I look at Bozeman, I'm like, this town's a basketball town. It has every aspect of it that is able to be a basketball town. And I'm not saying it's not, but I think that, you know, the work that he's also put in off the court to really get students there and families there. Yep. I mean, he comes over after every game, and the team, it's really, really cool, comes over to the student section and just says, "Hey, thank you guys for being here." Looks people in the eye, shakes their hand, says, "Thank you so much for being here." And that, you just don't see that at every place. Once again, just speaking to the culture of the program.
Well, and he knows the culture of the program. I mean, 11 straight wins are going for 12, which would tie the school record, I think, from 20 years ago or whatever. But I mean, I was the PA announcer when Danny played for his 4 years, and it was absolutely nuts and bonkers in that Worthington Arena, just because they were winning and just because and they did it the right way. And he's got that culture back, like you said, and you can definitely tell. And it's almost like the Cats took it upon themselves to get really upset with, and I don't want to say upset with the crowd. Now, Cat Grizz, there wasn't very many people there. A lot of people were traveling back from Texas, coincidentally, because of the national championship game. But ever since then, they haven't lost. And they're taking it upon themselves to say, "Hey, you need to come watch us. We're really good."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, Jason. And we've kind of said it all season long on your podcast as we kind of transition from talking football to talking basketball. But this team, since the second they lost in the Big Sky Championship last season, you can feel that there's been a chip on their shoulder the entire time. And I think that they're playing, we all know they're playing their best basketball right now. It has not been easy wins. It's come down to a couple of points at the end of each game, the past couple of games, and they've been able to step up in those high pressure situations. And that's what they're going to need to do once, we move down the stretch into March.
Well, we're only a couple of weeks left in the regular season, and that, know, they've got big ones this weekend with, I think, Eastern and Idaho. And those are on the road, and then they're basically home after that. I know they go play the Grizz in Missoula a week later. That will be a big one. And then 2 days later, they've got Southern Utah coming to the Brick. That's not going to be it's not an easy stretch for the Cats to hold on to that number 1 seed right now.
No, but I mean, I don't think it should come easy at this point. I mean, I think that this is February. This is a very critical time in the season. And this is when they're going to need to just continue to push through. And they've been able to display that the first part of the month here and the first part of the year, which is great. Women's team also, shout out to them. They're just such amazing women. And it's actually their senior night this Saturday. So people, Bobcat fans, get your butts in the seats at Worthington Arena because those seniors deserve it. What a run they've had as well. It's had its ups and downs for sure, but the season's so long, Jason. I mean, you're going to have your ups and downs.
Well, and it's crazy when you think about it. They're sitting there sub 500 at one point in non-conference play, and then, they reel off 9 straight. It was a tough week last week, and I don't want to blame the travel, but it's tough for Coach Binford and her gang. When you fly out to Portland, you prepared for 2 days against to play an 0-12, the worst team in maybe the nation right now.
Right.
And then you find out you can't play them, so you have to hop a plane, fly to Cedar City, Utah, and play the team that's right behind you in the standings. Now, no excuses, they should have won the game. They blew a lead in the fourth quarter, but then they come back and get the rebound win against NAU. I mean, this team's playing really good basketball, too. There's not many hotter teams in the nation than the Bobcat men and women.
I'm going to give a shout out to Leon Costello right now, because I said this to somebody else the other day. And in the middle of the Montana State football season, we were just chatting. It was at one of the away games. Everybody was just kind of getting to the stadium a couple hours before the game. And we were chatting, and he said, Alex, I really think this is the year where not football, women's and men's basketball, every sport program in the athletic department across the board is going to have some of their best performances and best seasons. And so far, he's right. Knock on wood for them, but so far, I mean, it was a thrilling football season, and it has been a thrilling basketball season as well with both teams.
And both teams are going to have a bye in that first round tournament. The only thing that really sucks is, and this is the first time I can say this, the team that wins the conference doesn't get the host. And I know they've been to Reno, I know they've been to Boise, and it's a great environment, but as a Bobcat fan, you want your team hosting. Now I get it. It's all for, Boise does a great job. And there's still a long way to go. I mean, either team can finish anywhere from like first to fifth in the standings, basically, I think, except for the men. But, you look at the Grizz, they stumbled, but they've gotten back, but they're sitting fifth. The women are, doing okay. We'll talk to Lance Hartzler tomorrow, by the way, 406mtsports.com reporter, about the Grizz stuff, but there's good basketball. And then you've got the Frontier, Alex, and I know you don't follow it a whole lot. You got a 3-way tie on top of the women's standings with one game to go tomorrow. And then the men, it's a tie between Carroll and Tech. There's great basketball in the state of Montana, and you're going to get busy because you've got districts coming up. You've got divisionals coming up. You got a state tournament coming up.
That's right. We actually have a tournament in Belgrade starting tomorrow. So that's where I'll be the next few days.
Yep. Is that the 5B?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So Jefferson girls are really good. The Townsend boys are really good. So
yes,
keep an eye on those.
Fun. And I will make an extra mental note of both those teams being very good. So I'll put some good attention on them.
Real quick though, what you got working on this week with SWX and ABC Fox?
Well, just talked to Montana State Tennis this morning on their Big Sky Player of the Week. So cool. Just learned actually that not one of their players is from the U.S. So that kind of sparked a little possible feature story idea. Pretty cool there.
Well, that's why they're good.
Say that again?
That's why they're good this year, because they're not from the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, they're just bringing, it's a big melting pot. It's perfect. They're just bringing all different sorts of ideas and talent onto the table. So that's exciting. And just basketball.
Right. Yeah, it's so much fun. And football, real quick, they hired a new guy yesterday.
They did. Yep. I don't have much information on that right now, Jason, but it sounds like it's a pretty exciting addition, and I just can't believe it. In a month from now, we'll be talking spring ball.
I know, right? Nick Jean-Baptiste, who played at Baylor and then with the Cleveland Browns in the NFL. So he's going to come to a winning tradition instead of Cleveland. He's going to come to Bozeman where they win. I know you got to run, and that's a dig on Cleveland. Oh, by the way, halftime show. Did you enjoy the halftime show?
Thought it was epic.
Okay.
Yep. I did. Okay. I very much enjoyed it. I thought it was very fitting for it being in LA, and I loved it. Yeah, it was awesome. Definitely different in a good way in comparison to previous years.
Still wasn't as good as Prince, which is the all-time favorite, but it was pretty good. And then, did you have money on the game?
No. I didn't have a dog in the fight, Jason. I'm a Niners fan, so.
Oh, you couldn't go with the Rams then.
Well, I do love Matthew Stafford. I love his wife. Big fan of his wife. Yep. I love Cooper Kupp, big Sky guy.
Right.
I mean, there are so many. And Andrew Whitworth's Man of the Year speech, incredible. Gave me chills. I mean, what an incredible man. And so honestly, it was just a good Super Bowl.
It was a great game. And the best part was Tom Brady didn't play in it. So that was even better.
I love Tom Brady.
I've never liked him. I've never have ever since his rookie year or any of the years.
We're going to have to disagree because in my opinion, you can't not. Oh, if you respect Tom Brady, that's fine.
I respect him, but I just don't like him.
That's fine. He's the GOAT. He's just the GOAT.
I don't know. Joe Montana never lost in a Super Bowl.
It's not up for debate, Jason. Tom Brady is the GOAT.
On that note, I will let you roll. I know you got to run, but thanks for coming back. And next week, I can't wait to talk some more hoops because it's going to come down to, is next week basically the end of the regular season in the Big Sky? Yeah, close.
2 weeks? 2 weekends.
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because March 1st is a Tuesday and the Cats play, and then, okay. And then the tournament starts on the 3rd, so yeah, a week and a half. It's crazy.
Very exciting. Very excited. So happy to be back, Jason. Thank you
ma'am.
for having me.
Go do your thing, and we'll talk next week.
Talk next week. Thanks for having me.
Yep, that is Alex Eschelman joining us. That's What She Said, brought to you by Dinner's Done Right. Nobody does it better than Alex. I was told that I was mean to TV people by another TV person once, a couple weeks ago, and I don't know what they're talking about. Alex is fantastic. Maybe they're just jealous because I have Alex on and nobody else. Anyway, she's the best. She had to run. But, man, Bobcats on a roll. Tomorrow we'll talk Grizz basketball with Lance Hartzler. He will fill us in. Grizz had struggled. Big win over the weekend. Lady Grizz getting some wins too. And much important as we head into the final, really, week and a half, 2 weeks of the regular season. So I can't believe it's coming down to the end. Yep, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday is the regular season finale. Man. All right, quick break. We're coming back. And when we do, we'll talk more hoops. Katie Garcin-Forba will join us next. Hang on. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. We'll talk hoops with Katie Garcin-Forba. We also have on this day in history, the walk-off, and much more still to come. Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Rutgers Furniture.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rutgers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rutgers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rutgers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Final segment on a Wednesday. Tomorrow, Grizzly Athletics with Lance Hartzler from 406mtsports.com. And comedian Zach Allen will return to the show. It's been about a year since we've had him on. Our buddy down in Phoenix. Went to Laurel from Missoula. Laurel, Missoula, and now in Arizona. Killing it on the comedy circuit down there. So he'll join us tomorrow. Look forward to that. He's funny. Let's see. What else did, before we get to Katie Garcin-Forba, I did see this, and I wanted to hit on it because it is happening. The Montana Pro Football Hall of Fame is now being discovered beyond Montana. How about Gray Rugemer, a native of Cutbank who works in the front office for the Green Bay Packers? Spent 11 seasons as an NFL player. Family roots in Hardin. How about Roger Thiesing from Cincinnati? Lives in Bozeman now. And has hosted several National Football Foundation events in Ohio. Well, now they're coming to Montana. And looking at rebuilding the National Football Foundation in Montana since Bill Sprinkle stepped down about 10 years ago. The Montana Football Hall of Fame has inducted 50 players so far. Jerseys, video footage, and personal biographies are on display at Universal Athletic in Bozeman. 8 more inductees will be inducted coming up on June 25th at the Hall of Fame banquet in Billings. There's been over 280 players from Montana schools going to play in the NFL or CFL since 1926. We'll be golfing again June 24th at Pryor Creek Golf Course in Huntley. You can get a team. Spencer Larson, former Broncos player, now in Billings, will host a VIP reception Friday night. And then Saturday, the 8 inductees will be enshrined, including Dane Fletcher, played with the New England Patriots, Tampa Bay. Shan Schillinger from Baker, U of M, played in the NFL. Blaine McElmurray, Troy, UM, NFL. Dane Storston, Great Falls, NFL Films. Jim Sweeney, the legend from Butte and MSU in Fresno State. Rocky Gullickson, MSU, NFL Strength Coach of the Year. Marv Sunderland of Chester, played in the CFL and the NFL. And Robert Rides at the Door of Browning, who we had on the show back in September, is the CEO of Chief Mountain Consulting and was with the Washington Redskins. You can get tickets or tables and get a hold of mtfootballhof.com. Or you can go to Universal Athletic stores as well. Cannot wait. It's going to be a blast to get back down to Billings. Speaking of a blast, it was a blast last night over at the Bears Den. Capital girls knocking off previously unbeaten Hellgate. How'd they do it? And what's next? Joining us now. When did that change in the season happen? Coach Katie Garcin-Forba joins us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, Coach. I guess first off, what did you think of the Super Bowl?
I thought it was a great game. I was bummed. I wanted the Bengals to win it just because, I don't know, they've had kind of that fun storyline. But I thought it was good. It wasn't Tom Brady wasn't in the Super Bowl, so I was happy. I mean, I just feel like we've watched him on repeat for so many years. So It was fun, and I will be honest, I absolutely loved the halftime show, and I thought it was fantastic. I loved every minute of it, so it was a win.
Yep, I was going there second. It was a great game, but okay, I think it was a great halftime show. I'm not really from the era. That's more, well, I guess I am, but anyway, Prince back in 07, 15 years ago, Prince in the Purple Rain in Miami was the best to me, but this was pretty good. They did it pretty well.
The thing I loved about this is I saw on social media friends that I have that have different views, different backgrounds, and I they were like, that was fantastic, that was so cool, and it like unified people across different demographics, which I thought was really cool. Like that was something that was neat that, I didn't expect some people that just like raved about it to be into it that much. And so I thought that was cool. And at the end of the day, it was like, okay, it wasn't just as, one kind of side of the population that thought it was that fantastic. It was kind of across the board. People really enjoyed it.
What was your favorite moment of halftime? Who was your favorite performer?
Ooh. Well, I'm a Dr. Dre fan, but Eminem, Lose Yourself, that was big. And that was like a great song for the Super Bowl. And he's a lyrical genius. I mean, his range is so wide that I just have a lot of appreciation for what he can do. So I think he was probably my favorite.
Okay. Talking to Katie Garcin-Forba, she's breaking down the Super Bowl halftime show for us. But it was fun. Okay, let's talk hoops, because last night you guys had a makeup game, and maybe it was a good thing that it had gotten snowed out last month, because you guys come out and knock off the undefeated Hellgate Knights. How? And, impressive win in double overtime.
Yeah, it was 10 days from our first meeting where they beat us by 27, and the girls, we switched up our game plan a little bit. I thought we handled their pressure phenomenally. Their press didn't bother us at all with some of the adjustments that we made, and the girls were in the right spot, so they had to get out of their press, and that's something that they've been able to get easy baskets, easy looks, all of that all year. So I think that changed their level of comfort. And then we just came into it. I thought the players were in attack mode the entire game. And, when we went into overtime and even end of regulation, Jada Clarkson just made play after play after play. And, her teammates kept finding her, getting her the ball. And, it was just a great defensive effort. We held them to their season low, and then we scored the most points that they've allowed. So that's a good combination for success.
Yeah, it definitely is. And when you look back at the weekend, a very successful weekend as you knock off Flathead as well. Back-to-back big wins over for the Bruin gals here.
Absolutely. The girls, they have big goals, and when we went into the season, we told them, hey, we know we graduated a lot of talented players, but we've had success at the sub-varsity. We're going to take our lumps. We're going to take our losses, that sort of thing, but we're going to learn from it, and we don't want to be playing our best basketball start of the year. We want to be peaking at the end and going into divisionals and all of that, and they stayed the course, and they kept coming into practice and working hard, and they'll continue to do so. I have no doubt in my mind. But to be able to get a little bit of revenge on teams that got us the first time around through league has been a big motivator for our players, and they don't want to get beat by teams twice. And so, we've kind of laughed that they're on their revenge tour a little bit as we work our way back through the second half.
It's crazy that the Capital Bruin girls are on a revenge tour, considering the last couple of years and how successful it's been. So for you to say that, it perks up the ears a little bit. Like, wait, what are you talking about? But no, I get it. And you and I talked at the beginning of the year, and I said, we're going to find out how good of a coach you really are because of the graduation of talent. But you have had all those kids. They're in practice. They know your style. Whether it's the JVs or the freshmen and sophomores, they understand how you coach and what to expect when they're on the court, and they're responding. So kudos to you.
Well, and I have to give a lot of credit to my coaching staff. I really feel spoiled with who I have on my staff. We've been together a long time. Even before I became a head coach, I have coached two of them myself, and so it's a really cool dynamic that we have. And the success we're seeing is in large part to what they're doing to help us out and have the kids prepared and ready to play at this level. And it's a really it takes everybody involved in our program, and our coaching staff is, I think, one of the best, and really fortunate to have them just being able to step up and help us pull out games and get players ready to step into games like that.
Okay, so you guys were sitting there as we talked to Capital girls coach Katie Garcin-Forba here, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. You guys were sitting there about a month ago, I think 3-5. What flipped? What changed?
After our crosstown game, that practice after, it was an early in the day because they didn't have school, and we were about halfway through practice and pulled them in, and actually our assistant coach, who happens to be my brother, he talks to them about having a sense of urgency and taking ownership in what we're doing. And we can preach all day with what we're trying to do, but really buying in and taking that ownership is something that they have to do themselves. And then the next week, I get COVID and I'm out for 2 games. And it was like a huge week for us. But our girls had to learn how to play with that sense of urgency and have that resiliency. And I really think that there was a lot of growth in a short amount of time that happened when all of that when all of that occurred. And there was a lot of maturing that happened within the team and just within their dynamics and the chemistry and all of that stuff in a really positive way. And so at the time, we didn't think that we'd be where we're at right now. We hoped we would be, but to see them, just to come in and work hard. I mean, really, they're coming into practice focused and intense, and they're coming to scout report focused and film. They know personnel. They know what they need to do. I think that they just flipped the switch maturity-wise, and it's starting to click for them.
That's impressive. That it's the girls really that did it themselves, not, coaches can say and do stuff, but it's up to them to do it. So it's pretty awesome. Now it's the revenge tour continues, I guess, Saturday at Helena High. This will be a tough game, but the Bengals have been up and down all year. Are you catching them at the right time?
We hope so. They shot absolutely lights out against us, so the goal is to not let them, scorch nets again. But, if we can make them miss some of those and convert more plays on our end, I think we've got a really good chance to beat them. And we definitely were not at our best at that point in the year. And I think we've grown a lot offensively since then. And so I hope, the biggest thing is for us to not let the mental side of crosstown play a factor, which I think that really was a big part of this first one at our place, especially having fans back, all of that. I just think that we were a little bit out of sorts, and so hopefully just that continued growth that we've seen in the last few weeks carries over, and they should be confident with where they're at and what we've been doing, and just go play aggressive together and go play fearless.
They're coming off a big win last night, too, over Big Sky, and by almost 30 points. Well, 32 it was. They've got very balanced attack, much like you, but Avery Kraft, Ashley Koenig, Alex Bullock, and she just had a double-double last week. This is a team that can play with anybody, it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's, I think we're a really even matchup in a lot of ways. You can go spot for spot. And so it's going to be, I really think it's going to be the other players that impact the game outside of those primary scorers. If we can do a good job and limit their looks, then somebody else has got to step up for them. And, ultimately that's what we just have to limit and, make adjustments as we go. But I think it's a really even matchup. We're very similar size-wise, all of that stuff. We have very similar type players. And so, I'll be curious to see what wrinkles they throw out there to try and change what we've been doing. And, we're looking at what we need to do just to be able to slow down, a couple of their scorers and make them, earn every single point. Nothing easy on their end.
So what do you do now that NFL season's over? I know you don't watch a lot of the NFL. Are you a big NBA watcher?
No, I love watching college hoops, and we have so many kids playing college basketball right now that it's been so fun. Like, I tune in and watch, Army West Point and watch Taylor Sullivan and, watch Lady Grizz with Danny. And there's just so many players that we have out there between this and the Frontier Conference that it's really fun. So that's what I tune into. I love being able to watch, just our players that are still out there at the next level and supporting them. And so that's where I tend to invest my sports watching time.
Speaking of the Frontier, how crazy is that? 1 game left, a 3-way tie atop the standings. And basically it's Rockies to lose, but it's Carroll or Providence's to win, depending on what happens tomorrow night. How nuts is that?
It's crazy. And, the fact that that's the scenario. But it's like those three teams are just they're all so tough, and they can all go win any sort of game. And I mean, it's been really fun to watch that battle. I'm sure as their coaches, it's not as fun to be sitting there beating up on each other repeatedly. But I think that it says so much about where the Frontier Conference is at. I mean, we've been seeing it for years now. It's one of the best conferences, I think, in the country. So to end up in a three-way tie where, it's like it's coming down to the last game, it's not surprising at all. And, again, I think it speaks volumes to what the conference is at and how they've got some really, really solid teams.
How worried are you about Coach K? Is he going to finish the year?
Ooh, I'm a little concerned. I'm cautiously optimistic. In my ideal world, we're going down to the Final Four national championship in New Orleans. In an ideal world, they'd make it to the Final Four and we get to watch them there one more time. But I don't know. I'm anxious about it. I'm being totally honest. I mean, 75, and he's been coaching a long time. I can't imagine doing this at 75.
I don't know if you can do it at 45. I mean, I don't even know if you're 35 yet, so.
No, I'm not. I've been doing it 13 years, so it's...
Just a youngin'. You're a young pup. You're like Sean McVay. See, there you go. Sean McVay.
There
There's
we
the
go.
comparison.
I need my own get-back coach. I need my own... Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that be your brother?
Probably. I don't know, Rayon with the football thing. He might be able, he'd be able to physically move me.
You need one of the girls. That's what you need. That'd be awesome. Is one of the, that freshman to come up and dress out that's never going to play and be like, okay, here's your one job is to get me in the coach's box all the time.
Yep. That's actually not a bad idea at this point.
There you go. Hey, congrats on the big win last night. Good luck this weekend, and we'll chat next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Katie Garcin-Forba joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home. It's your auto. It's your life. Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena today. Bruins, Bengals, boys Friday night at the Jungle, and the girls Saturday afternoon also at the Jungle. It's going to be a lot of fun. Good ones there. Appreciate Coach joining us here. Let's see here. Should we do On the State? Let's do On the State in History. This is brought to you by Pinkerton Leather Company. Casey Pinkerton is a combat veteran and an amazing dude. And he started up Pinkerton Leather. They're based out of Wyoming, but he is a Montanan through and through. And he makes everything in America, basically in his house, with American leather. You get wallets, purses, saddles, belts. You want belts? He'll do it. Anything leather related, he can get it done. And it's all built to last. You can check him out on Facebook at Pinkerton CO and go to pinkertonleather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10. You'll get a 10% discount on all products. Today is February the 16th. It is National Almond Day. It is also National Do a Grouch a Favor Day. 1936, at the 4th Winter Olympics, they closed in Germany. 1953, Korean War. Ted Williams safely crash lands his damaged Panther jet, later awarded a medal, and then later came back to light up pitchers again. His career, imagine how great Ted Williams' career would have been. I mean, he's already the best hitter in baseball ever. But had he not been interrupted twice for war service, and thank him for that. 1970, Joe Frazier, technical knockout Jimmy Ellis for the heavyweight boxing title. 1972, Wilt Chamberlain of the LA Lakers becomes the first player in NBA history to reach the career 30,000 point mark in a win, or a loss, rather, to Phoenix. What did he say he slept with over 20,000 women? 1975, the 17th Daytona 500, Benny Parsons wins. Cale Yarborough sends race leader David Pearson spinning. Parsons avoids the accident, gets the win. On this day in 1980, Eric Heiden, American speed skater, wins the 5,000 meter in Olympic record 7:02:29, the second of a record 5 gold medal sweep at Lake Placid. 1984, Bill Johnson becomes the first American to win an Olympic downhill skiing gold, doing it at Sarajevo. 1984, Scott Hamilton, a 3-time world men's figure skating champ, wins the gold medal for the U.S. at Sarajevo. 1991, the U.S. female figure skating championship won by Tonya Harding. She didn't bust any knees that time. 1997, Daytona 500. Hendrick Motorsports goes 1-2-3. Jeff Gordon finishes ahead of Terry Labonte and Ricky Craven. 2014, at age 36, Bodie Miller becomes the oldest medalist in Olympic alpine skiing history, tying for bronze in the Super-G in Sochi. Let's see. Speaking of skiing, 1935, Sonny Bono was born on this date. He was a politician, U.S. Congress, Republican from California. He was born in Detroit. So everybody in Montana that is complaining about Governor Gianforte or Representative Rosendale being born elsewhere, eat it. People born in other places and then move to other states, it happens. All right, so nobody's complaining about Sonny Bono. 1959, John McEnroe born on this date. Won the U.S. Open 4 times, 3 straight. Won Wimbledon 3 times. Born in Germany. 2012 on this day. It was a sad day for New York Mets fans everywhere. Gary Carter passed away. The Hall of Fame baseball catcher, 11-time All-Star, won the World Series with the Mets in 1986. Started his career in Montreal, but finished with the Mets. And he died of a brain tumor on this date in 2012. He was 57. A couple of other interesting things. 1861, Abraham Lincoln stopped his train in Westfield on his way to Washington. Why? Well, he was thanking 11-year-old Grace Bedell in person for her advice. She wrote to him said, you need to grow a beard to win the election. It helped. He won. And he thanked little 11-year-old Grace Bedell in person. 1923 on this date, Howard Carter opens up the inner burial chamber of Egyptian pharaoh King Tut's tomb, finds a sarcophagus. And on this date in 1948, Miranda, famous moon of Uranus, was photographed for the first time. Miranda, it's a moon near Uranus. 1948 was filmed for the first time.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
On this day in history, brought to you by Pinkerton Leather Company. Check them out, pinkertonleather.com. The walk-off is brought to you by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. And I'm craving some pasta Zydeco. I know I've been talking about the po' boys lately. The barbecue po' boy was amazing. I need to try the shrimp po' boy, but craving some pasta Zydeco as of late. So maybe that's on the menu tonight or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, man. So good. What did we miss today? I don't think we missed anything. We got some great basketball going on, though. There are games all over the place and districts all over the place. I can tell you today so far, let's see here. Broadus boys over Plevna 81-22. Jordan beat Custer Hysham 37-36 in boys basketball. Harlowton Reigate all over Fromberg 61-17. Bridger beat Roberts 63-27. Chester Joplin Inverness 56-19 over the Turner Tornadoes. Chinook over Fort Benton 63-33. These are boys' scores from districts across the state today. Let's see, everything else coming up later tonight. There's girls' reports as well, girls' games. Baker leads Forsyth in the fourth quarter, 54-48. Let's see here. Sims, that was yesterday. How about today? Here we go. White Sulphur Springs losing to Sheridan, 40-30. West Yellowstone beat Harrison Willow Creek today, 55-6. Halftime, Lone Peak leads Lima 29-19. Lima's got a great restaurant. Let's see here. 53-11, Melstone beats Terry. Webo over Broadus Girls 38-33. Broadview Lavina beats Bridger 44-36. At the half, Park City leads Abdorky 24-16. Is there any others? I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Other ones start tonight or tomorrow. District 5B tomorrow. And looking forward to that one. You got the we lose everybody over on Treasure State Radio. They lose us at 4, or at 5. But tomorrow, the 5B gets started down at Belgrade at the Special Events Center. That's a great facility. You've got Jefferson boys taking on Big Timber at 3, and then Manhattan takes on Whitehall. Townsend and Three Forks with buys there. And then the girls, man, that's going to be a good one too. Also in Belgrade starting tomorrow. And it'll be Manhattan Townsend. Winner plays Jefferson Friday. And then Three Forks Whitehall will play tomorrow night. That winner takes on Big Timber Friday afternoon. Can we have an Elkhorn rivalry in the semifinals of District 5B? Maybe. All right. That'll do it. Good show. Well done. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. Walk Off presented by Cafe Zydeco. Best Cajun food this side of Louisiana. Thanks to Katie Garcin-Forba joining us. Alex Eschelman, that's what she said. Make sure you stop in at Dinner's Done Right and get your fantastic food for the weekend. Tomorrow we'll talk to comedian Zach Allen. And also 406 MT Sports reporter Lance Hertzler will join us. Talk Grizz Athletics. Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Go to jasonwalkershow.com if you missed anything. We'll see you back here 4 o'clock tomorrow. Good night.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.